What's going on, man? What's going on, guys? I'm not resisting. Not resisting. Not resisting.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on.
We'll explain to you now, man.
Hey, I'm letting you know within the Florida statute. Hey, please, it's locked and loaded, buddy. It's a server holstered, please.
Hey, Gus, brother.
We got 2 over here. We got 4. My sidearm's hot as well. Sit down. Huh? My sidearm is hot.
Sit down? Are you telling me to sit down?
Sit down.
I'm sitting down.
Sit down.
I'm trying.
We're gonna explain. We're gonna explain it to you, man.
Hey, if you can, excuse me, officer. I'm not trying to resist, but you see that little paper over there? You see that paper?
Relax.
Almost as soon as y'all started putting cuffs on, they started trying to tell y'all about 790.25 and the right to open carry while fishing.
Objection for.
A lot was being said that they were saying. I can't remember everything on the top of my head, sir.
Okay. It's a lot of confusion, like you said, right?
You know. Yes, sir.
In that initial instant.
You know, just referring, like at that time, we're regarding to our safety and the civilian safety and even their safety.
So, officer, you've referred several times to safety. I'm going to ask you a question that I'm sure Mr. Switkus will tell me it's argumentative, but I have to ask it. Do you consider your safety more important than the citizens you were approaching right then?
Objection to form and argumentative.
You may answer.
So not to disappoint counsel.
You may answer.
Okay. At the end of the day, our safety comes first.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, I'm out.
And then I would say the citizens behind, but I would actually, in my opinion, citizen safety comes first.
That doesn't make no sense. My man.
Okay. Well, those people were citizens, right?
Yes.
So does their safety come first or does yours come first, or are they equal?
Well, in this situation, if you're talking about this situation, our safety comes first.
Your safety comes before the safety rights of Mr. Taylor and everybody else that was out there.
Objection to form.
Yes.
Okay. Does your safety come before their civil rights?
Yes.
Yes?
What the fuck did you just say, Sal?
I don't know. Does your safety come before their civil rights?
Yes.
Yes?
I would have to say yes, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, I'm going to repeat what I said earlier.
Sure, go ahead.
In the world we live in, just because they tell me they're good people, criminals lie to us every day.
The question here today is, can law enforcement lie to a suspect? And the short answer is, yes, they can.
Criminals lie to us every day. That's why we do our records check and the guns check. If everything copes out, they're on their way.
Okay. But you later determined that nobody out there had committed any criminal violation that day, didn't you?
At the end of pending an investigation, yes.
Once you had everybody disarmed and the people you felt needed to be handcuffed, did the citizens on the pier try to tell you about the right to open carry while fishing?
From my recollection, I don't believe anybody told us anything out of the citizens. You mean the citizens that were detained or the people that were on the pier?
The people you detained.
Oh, my mistake.
That's okay. It's
mistake.
A fair error.
And guys, you're both doing it. The court reporter is trying to take you both down at the same time. I'm going to play referee.
No, but that was my mistake, sir. I thought you meant the people on the pier, not the people that were detained.
Fair error.
I apologize on that. My mistake.
When you started detaining the people you were detaining, do you remember them almost immediately trying to tell you about the statute?
Like I told you, when we first detained them, there was a lot of verbal going on. And once we sat them down and detained them, to my recollection, I believe they started mentioning.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. You see that over there by that black bag? There's a Florida statute right there that'll help you understand why we're out here. Excuse me, sir. Officer William? Or Villamont? Excuse me, sir. Mitchell? Can you look at that little paper right there next to that black bag? It'll explain the Florida statute while open carrying, while fishing, hunting, and camping. Sir, I don't consent to you searching my bag.
Reference what?
I told you about the little friggin' that paper that right there that would explain that we're all legal citizens and we're not doing anything illegal.
And I believe they started mentioning.
Okay. Did you take any steps to research and find out whether they were right?
Objection of 4.
At the time, I was securing the firearms.
Okay. How long did it take you to secure the firearms?
Once again, I can't remember. I can't give you an estimate because once I put the firearms down and everything was safe, I started running the checks on them.
Okay.
And that took a while, but I can't give you an exact estimate.
Are you familiar or have you been trained on any court decisions that regarding things like whether or not you can move items in a house to check serial numbers on it?
Repeat the question again?
Have you had any training in regards to your right when doing a search of a home? Have you been trained regarding whether or not you're allowed to, like, let's say, move a stereo to see the serial number on it before, so that you can see if it's a stolen stereo?
No.
You hadn't received any training?
No, sir.
Okay.
To the top of my knowledge, no.
Okay. But you have been trained that you are allowed to remove any firearm you come across from the person's holster and run that serial number?
Objection of 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember how long into the incident it was before somebody, yourself or any other officer, began to understand that there was a right to open carry while fishing and that they were not breaking the law by having firearms out there?
Objection of 4.
I can't remember to the top of my knowledge. Just had, like I said, once the investigation pending, I know the decision, but I can't remember when that time came.
Before going out on the pier, who was making the decisions as to what the tactical approach would be?
All 4 of us.
Did Sergeant Baldock have some superior direction because of his rank?
I believe we all spoke.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what was said, like I said, due to the time frame. But we all came to a conclusive of what tactical approach we would take.
Okay. And did y'all all 4 kind of decide together that you would draw your weapons?
Yes.
Did you all 4 decide together that you would handcuff anybody that you found on the pier who was armed?
We would detain, yes.
Okay. Well, you can detain without handcuffing somebody, can't you?
No, I understand. Yes.
Yes? You can? Okay. But y'all decided in advance that y'all would handcuff anybody y'all found with firearms?
At that time?
Before you went on the pier, did y'all make that decision that you were going
to? I can't remember.
I'm going to ask the question one more time so I get the question out fully. It's okay, I do understand. It's hard. Before you went onto the pier, did the 4 of you make a joint decision that you would handcuff any subjects who you found with firearms?
Now that you stated it, to my recollection, I remember us when we said, as we approach when we were going to draw, and then we would handcuff and an officer would cover.
Okay.
Now that I do remember.
Somebody, I don't remember who, and apparently you don't either. Somebody said, when we approach, one officer will put on, words to the effect of one officer will put on the handcuffs and another officer will cover them while they do it.
Correct.
Okay. And do you recall whether you handcuffed them first or removed the guns first?
I can't remember because everything happened so fast. I know I'd have to look at the video.
What would be your normal training and procedure and policy?
We pretty much cuff them first.
That'd be normal.
Yes.
Tactical approach situation, normal doesn't always happen, does it?
No.
You have to deal with the circumstances as they come up and as they're happening, right?
Yes.
And you said you recently watched the videos yesterday to refresh your recollection.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree that within about 30 minutes of y'all drawing your guns on these people, that y'all had become aware that there was a law in the state of Florida that said a person who is fishing is allowed to open carry?
Like I said, the individuals, once we detained them and sat them down, mentioned it. I was doing the records check on the weapons,
right,
pretty much, and we were just waiting for supervisors.
Okay. Well, I'm not asking, I'm strictly asking if you, upon your review of the video yesterday, remember that it was not what they told you, but that within 30 minutes, one of your fellow officers had actually verified that this statute existed and that open carry while fishing was lawful?
I can't remember. Like I said, I know.
What's the form of the question?
Join.
You don't remember that in the video?
I believe some officers looked at the pamphlet they were given.
Okay.
And I guess we're doing the research, but I can't remember the time frame or when.
You didn't do that research?
No, sir.
At any point that day, did you attempt to look up and determine whether or not the statute they were trying to cite to you was true and accurate?
I remember looking, eventually I believe, I'm not 100% at the pamphlet they gave and read it at one point down the line. I'm not 100% sure. And pretty much, and I guess when everybody spoke and the supervisors, then we were notified.
Okay.
But me personally, I didn't do any research because I was handling the firearms.
All right. So today, knowing that statute exists and knowing that people have that right in the state of Florida, you would still have handled this situation just like you did?
Yes.
Object to the form of the question.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, what was that lawful basis?
Officer safety.
Gotcha. Okay, now in order to detain somebody, would you agree with me that you need reasonable suspicion that the person's committing a crime?
Yes.
Okay, great. What crime did you have reasonable suspicion to believe Ms. Berquist was committing when you detained her?
We believe she was violating the judicial order for the building.
The judicial order which said you're not allowed to take pictures in a building?
Yes.
Because you thought it said in and around the building?
Yes.
But in reality, taking pictures outside the building is not included in that judicial order, is it?
Found out that later.
Is it? It's not?
No.
Good. So, was your detainment of Ms. Berquist lawful or unlawful?
Object again, it calls for a legal conclusion.
I can't make a lawful conclusion.
You can't answer that question?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay. I just want to make very certain about this. I'll give you an opportunity to take a break and confer with your counsel before we proceed. I don't want to get another answer at trial. I want to make sure that your answer I get today is the same answer I hear at trial. Okay? So do you want to take a moment to confer with your attorney before you answer that?
No.
Okay. So your answer is you don't know?
Yes.
Was Ms. Berquist detained for taking pictures?
Yes. And for not identifying herself.
Right. Is there a law that requires people to identify themselves when requested by law enforcement?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you delete her pictures?
Okay.
Did you delete my footage?
Do you want to cooperate or not?
Remaining silent.
No. Who did?
Don't know.
You don't know who deleted her pictures?
No.
By the time you got in front of Judge Peter Felice, they were deleted, weren't they?
As far as I know, they were still on there.
You grabbed her camera away from her outside, did you not?
Yes.
From that point until you were in front of Judge Peter Felice, did she ever hold her camera again?
No.
Okay, so you had it the entire time?
Yes.
Didn't Judge Peter Felice talk to you about whether the pictures had been deleted?
He asked for the memory thing so he could delete them.
Did you hear what I asked you?
Yes.
What did he tell you about deleting the pictures?
I don't recall.
Okay. You just said that he asked you for the memory card because he wanted to delete the pictures. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Okay. And if he were to testify at some point in time that he absolutely, categorically did not delete those pictures, then would you want to change your answer as to whether you or one of your people did?
I'm going to object. Calls for speculation.
No one had custody of the camera but me.
Okay. So you had it. You gave it to Judge Peter Felice?
Yes.
Judge Peter Felice ultimately gave it back to Ms. Berquist?
Yes.
Okay. So if it was deleted from the time she was outside Until the time she got it back by Judge Peter Felice, it was either deleted by you or by the judge, right?
Yes.
Would it have been lawful for you to delete her pictures?
I don't know.
But what do you think? Are you allowed to go over to people's pictures and delete them?
No.
Without a court order?
No.
Right. That would be a violation of which amendment, do you know?
No.
Which amendment is it that prevents you from seizing people's property without a lawful basis?
Fourth Amendment.
Exactly. So, do you know or not if you'd be violating the Fourth Amendment by deleting her pictures without a court order or a lawful basis?
No.
All right. You mentioned at some point in time something about a DHS memo. Remember that?
No.
You never said DHS memo to Ms. Berquist?
I don't recall.
Is there a DHS memo that you can think of that has any relation to this situation?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. Just so that we're crystal clear about this, her detainment was at least in part because she was taking pictures, right?
Correct.
And it was to stop her from taking pictures, right?
It was to find out why she was taking pictures.
Right, but it was also to stop her from taking those pictures, right?
Correct.
Okay. You also looked through her purse, did you not?
Yes.
In fact, when you emptied out her purse, how high off the desk, or the counter rather, did you lift it before you turned it upside down? Do you know?
I don't recall.
Well, let's say, do you like to treat people's property respectfully or disrespectfully?
Respectfully.
Okay, so for example, if it's your bag, for example, and somebody had to flip it over for some reason, you wouldn't want them to lift it up 3 feet off the counter and then flip it upside down and let everything crash down onto the counter, would you?
No.
So you wouldn't do that to Ms. Berquist, would you?
All right, cuff her. Let's get her purse.
Ken.
Get her stuff.
I don't consent to searches.
Well, we don't care anymore. Okay?
Give me your purse. Well, run that through.
Have her sit right there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. No property at all. Carolyn, I'll help you.
No.
Okay, so you did not lift up the purse 2 or 3 feet and flip it upside down, did you?
I don't recall.
Is it possible you did?
I remember dumping out the contents, yes.
Right, but I mean, you could dump over contents and you can dump over contents, right? Depending on how high over the counter you're holding the purse, right?
Okay, I don't recall how high I was holding the purse.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Would it be respectful to people's property to hold the purse 2 feet off the counter and just dump it upside down onto the counter?
No.
Would that be respectful or disrespectful?
Disrespectful.
Right, so you would not do that, right?
No.
Right. Because you don't like to disrespect people's property.
Correct.
Let me ask you this. Is it a crime to put somebody in handcuffs without a lawful basis to do so?
I don't understand the question.
Is it a crime for somebody to put somebody else in handcuffs without a legal basis to do so?
For somebody, are you referring to officers?
Anybody. Does it matter?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference? Explain your answer. Tell me for an officer and tell me for a non-officer.
Okay. For an officer, if we're detaining somebody, we're going to cuff them for officer security. That's procedure and policy and training.
So even if it's an unlawful detainment, you're saying it's not a crime to do so because they're an officer?
Are you asking me for this situation?
Let me ask you this. If an officer detains somebody because the person's a woman, is that legal or illegal to do that?
I'm gonna, again, check. Calls for speculation.
I would hope he knows the answer to this.
Your answer is detaining them because they're a woman?
Yeah, that's the reason.
No.
Okay. How about because the person's a man?
No.
How about because the person's white?
No.
Very good. How about because the person's black?
No.
We agree. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you see a non-officer put somebody in handcuffs and he says out loud that he's putting the person in handcuffs because she's a woman, would you arrest that person for unlawful imprisonment? Or for some other crime? Assault, perhaps?
It's possible.
Okay. Tell me why you would not. You said it's possible. I'm assuming that means you might not. Tell me why you would not arrest that person.
It would depend on the facts behind it.
Gotcha, okay. All right, now let's say that person is an officer. So the person is an officer and says, this person is taking pictures and I subjectively feel it's suspicious because the person taking pictures is a woman, therefore I am going to put her in handcuffs. Would you arrest that officer for putting her in handcuffs?
No.
Why not? Not even a maybe? Just a no?
No.
In any circumstance, would you arrest an officer for unlawfully putting handcuffs on somebody?
No.
Do you have unlimited authority to make requests or demands on that day, on October 23rd, 2013? Did you have unbounded, unlimited authority to make requests and demands of Mr. Gray such that Mr. Gray's refusal to comply or acquiesce with such request or demand would subject him to arrest, could subject him to arrest for resisting or disobeying you?
Yes.
Good. Get your ID.
For what? I mean, detained or anything?
You're not being detained. What are you doing, sir? Made yourself
Good, how
part
are
of
you?
this traffic stop.
No, I'm observing the traffic stop.
Who are you?
I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
I'm sorry?
Journalist gathering content for a story.
For a story? What kind of story?
Just a story I'm working on.
What's the name of your story? What company do you work for?
Hold on a second.
What's your name? Oh, I see. You're one of those kind of guys. Okay. Well, do me a favor. Stand over here in the shade.
All right.
But don't stand behind this deputy while he's conducting.
That's why I was standing more over there when you guys
Well, actually, you were, sir. So stand over there, like I asked you to, so you're not behind this deputy while he's conducting business.
I'll stand over here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
now you're trespassing, so they want you to leave.
Okay, you went got her to trespass me. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not asking you. I'm not going to argue or
That's fine,
dispute
I'm
it with you. I'm telling you, leave and leave right now.
Leave and leave right. Can I get your name and badge number before I go?
Leave and leave right now.
Can I get your name and badge number?
No, sir. You can leave and leave right now.
Okay. I'll tell my wife to move it. I'll move over here on the public right away.
All right, sir. That's it. I'm done telling you. You're under arrest. Back. Put them behind your back.
Go back there.
Don't resist me. You don't have to tell me your name, and I'm not going to ask you again.
Why am I moving?
For obstructing justice or trespassing. You told me to leave several times. You failed to do so. You told me to leave several times. I don't understand why you're being difficult, sir.
I'm just documenting the traffic stop.
You're not related to media. You don't have a public relations card with a media.
Actually, I do. I'm with photography. It's not a crime.
Yes, it is a crime. But I'm not going to ask you. Don't pull away from me. Don't resist me in any way. Resistance will be futile and you will get hurt.
I'm not gonna resist.
If you don't tell your wife to cooperate, she'll go to jail.
Oh my God, look what you did to my phone, man.
I didn't do that to your phone, sir. You did that to your phone.
Trying to stop.
You hold him?
I'm not gonna resist. I'm fine.
I know you're not. All right, sir. Watch your back.
Okay, what's the best way to go in?
Butt first.
Butt first? Okay.
You will be booked in as John Doe. And because you're not cooperating, you'll be booked in as John Doe, and you'll sit in jail for 48 hours until they determine who you are by your fingerprints. I'm not asking you again. I've already asked you once. You want to play that whole bullshit with me? Go right ahead and do it at the jail. You can kiss my ass. That's what you can do.
How did he interfere with the traffic stop?
Well, again, it's almost 4 years ago, so I'll go off my best of my recollection, but...
Please do.
He did something to cause Deputy Cook to stop his investigation, or he interfered somehow to cause him to stop his traffic stop to call for a backup unit. So, therefore, he interfered. That's an obstruction.
And to the best of your knowledge, as you sit here today, the only thing of which you're aware, as we sit here today, that Mr. Gray did or omitted to do, that prompted Deputy Cook to call for backup was photograph and or video record Deputy Cook's traffic stop. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're not aware of Mr. Gray having done anything else to prompt Deputy Cook to call for backup. Is that right?
Correct.
And yet, your testimony is also that it sounds to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that because Mr. Gray's photography and videography and or videography prompted Deputy Cook to call for backup, Mr. Gray committed the crime of obstructing the traffic stop. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so, again, I just want to be absolutely crystal clear. Your testimony is that Mr. Gray obstructed the traffic stop.
Yes.
And he did so by photographing and or video recording Deputy Cook.
His actions caused him to stop his traffic stop, interfered with his traffic stop, which is what the obstruction is.
And the actions to which you refer that were undertaken by Mr. Gray were photography and or videography, right?
I'm going to assume being too close to it also, which is what made him nervous.
Your testimony was that Mr. Gray was 35 feet from him. Is that correct?
Approximately, yes.
And so by photographing and or video recording Deputy Cook from 35 feet away, Mr. Gray committed the crime of obstructing Deputy Cook's traffic stop. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. After arriving on scene that day, did Deputy Cook express any concerns to you about any risk of harm posed by Mr. Gray to Deputy Cook?
No. Whatever Mr. Gray was doing before I got there caused concern to Deputy Cook, which is why he called for backup.
And Deputy Cook, in calling for backup, conveyed the basis for his concern to you, right?
Yes.
And the basis for his concern was that Mr. Gray was taking photographs, right?
Yes.
Deputy Cook didn't convey any other details to you about what Mr. Gray was doing, right?
I don't think he did, yes. Correct.
Okay. You asked Mr. Gray to move closer to the building.
Yes.
What happened next?
I made contact with the director or manager of the building and asked her if she wanted him removed from the property.
And what did she say?
Yes.
And what did you do then?
I went back and talked to Mr. Gray and told him now he's trespassing and he had to leave the property.
Did Mr. Gray exit the private property onto and enter the right-of-way?
Yes.
And did he do that prior to you arresting him?
Yes.
And then what happened?
I arrested him on the right-of-way in front of this traffic stop.
So when you effected the arrest, you and Mr. Gray were on the right-of-way?
Yes.
Is it your understanding that Mr. Gray committed a crime by leaving his van in the parking lot after you issued him a warning to leave?
I believe it was part of the trespass crime, yes.
So someone can be subject to arrest not only by refusing to leave after having been issued a trespass warning, but also by leaving property, personal property like a van, on someone else's property after having been issued a trespass warning. Is that your understanding of the law?
No, I don't think just leaving personal property on someone else's property is a crime. I think if you're trespassing and you're told to get in your van and leave, and you just walk away and leave your van with your wife and kid in it, that's part of that element for that particular incident.
And I want to make sure I understand you.
Okay.
Your testimony is that even if he had immediately departed the property and proceeded on to, say, the right-of-way, but left his van, still left his van in the parking lot, he could have still been subject to arrest for trespassing after warning because of the fact that he left his van in the parking lot.
Not just because he left the van in the parking lot.
Why else then?
I guess the question would be, why leave your van with your child and your wife in it when you could just get in the van and take the van, your property, off of the property that you're being trespassed from and alleviate the problem? I guess that would be the question.
It's not the question.
Well, I mean, I know it's not the question, but to answer your question is no, it's not a crime to just leave property somewhere.
Okay. And that is the question.
Okay, yes.
My question is...
No, it's not a crime to just leave it there.
It's only a crime if he refuses to remove his person from private property.
So it's part of the trespass crime, but then now we go back to the obstruction crime. If I tell him, take your van and your wife and your child and leave this property that you're being trespassed from verbally, and you refuse to do that, now doesn't that go back to now he's not complying with that? I mean...
And I want to make sure I understand.
If he would have just left, problem would have been solved.
Okay. But he didn't want to leave.
Correct.
He wanted to photograph the traffic stop, right?
Right, which we told him he could.
Yeah.
And we told him where he could do that, but he didn't want to do that either.
Yeah. And you told him that he could do that closer to the building, right?
Yes.
Closer to the private property, further into the private property from which you then
trespassed in front.
Correct. Right.
I believe if he would have complied and gone up on the sidewalk by the building to video all the video he wanted or photographs, there would have been no situation. I believe if after he was told he was trespassing, if he would have got in his van and drove away, there would have been no situation. I believe if he didn't get out and walk into the grass there and cause some kind of fear or some kind of concern with Deputy Cook, I wouldn't have even had to come to the scene. So if he would have just, I don't want to say, if he would have just been a nice guy, and if I said, hey sir, can you just go stand up there and take all the video you want? But he didn't want to. He wanted to prove his point, and here we are.
If he had been a nice guy.
Yes.
You told him that he can kiss your ass, right?
No, I didn't tell him that.
You didn't say that?
I said it, but I didn't tell it to him. That was after the fact. That was his recording still going.
Okay. But Mr. Gray was the guy who was not a nice guy that day.
That is correct.
Okay.
The time is 12:42. That concludes the deposition of Brian Stoll. We are now off record.